Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino RHino Beer Review. You have the Rhino, and we're going to drink an IPA that was dropped off for me by a co-worker of mine, Sue Ann. So thank you very much, Sue Ann, for this beer. This beer is a PBR beer, actually. It is a recipe that is supposedly a historic recipe, as in it was a recipe originally made a long time ago. This is Ballantine India Pale Ale. So Ballantine IPA is 7.2% alcohol by volume. What does it say on here? It says it's from P. Ballantine and Sons, Cold Springs, MN. Is that Maine? Maine? I don't know all my state abbreviations. There's too many different ones in the M's with Maine, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and MI's Michigan, I know that. Well, MN is probably Minnesota, isn't it? I don't know. So, since 1878. First introduced in America in the late 1800s. Ballantine IPA was a beer for connoisseurs. It has been credited as an inspirational influence for the present-day craft beer revolution in America. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to continue reading that. I don't think that a beer from the 1800s was what made craft beer today. But hey, this is something I've wanted for a long time. I've wanted somebody to make a traditional IPA. I don't know if this was, does it say on here? I just opened it, so it hurts for my blind eyes. It doesn't say anything about it. I was going to say it hasn't been aged in a barrel for a very long time. Like an original IPA, because that's what I want. I want a super hopped IPA that wasn't hopped for flavor, it was hopped for preservation, and then thrown in a barrel. Maybe getting some salt in it from salt water, washing up against the barrels. There we go, poured. That's actually a really nice looking beer. It is a really nice looking beer. Look at that color. That color is a beautiful, beautiful, bright golden. Very see-through, but lots of head. The head is not fading all that fast. Very tiny snap, crackle, pop to it, so that head isn't going away. And I put it in the Spoogaloo IPA glass, so it's just going to make this beer better, right? This beer's at least 0.5%, 0.5 out of 10 better because of the glass. Right? Right? Right. Ooh. Okay, so when you sniff a IPA nowadays, for the most part, you're going to get like pineapple, mango, apricot, orange, maybe a forest, a resin just attacking your nose. That's the smell you're basically going to get. I find IPAs nowadays are fairly, I say nowadays, IPAs of the last year have seemed to all conglomerate together to use the same 5 to 7 hop varieties, so they all taste fairly similar. I rant about this on Beer Dweebs United every once in a while. This smells like traditional hops. I mean, you're going back to that grapefruit, you're going back to that slight floralness, that little bit of perfuminess. And really not much else. Let's try the beer. Cheers. I'm going to pass the cup back to the wife in a second, too, so she can tell me what she thinks. Okay, let's see what she thinks. Okay, so this reminds me quite a bit of the original craft beer IPAs. So in that sense, I can see what they're talking about with the craft beer revolution. It reminds me a lot of the original IPAs. You're getting a lot of grapefruit. You're getting a lot of floralness. there's like a perfumey backbone that just sits on the back of your palate. It actually has a hop bitterness to it. It's when you drink things like this, though, that you kind of sit back and you think about the macro beers, and you realize that they. My dog has allergies, and it's the middle of January. There's nothing to be allergic to. Anyway, you drink these, and you realize that they actually can make. They can. You're not a pug. You're not a pug. Stop snorting. You're not a pug. Okay, so the Scottish Terrier wanted to come say hi.
Like her hairdo.
Christy asks if you like her hairdo. Do you like the smell of this beer? No? How about out of the glass? What about that? No? She doesn't like the beer either. So apparently the women of this household do not like the beer. Anyway, you think about the macro beer movement and the macro beer companies, and you realize that they have skilled people and they have the ability and they have the equipment and they can make beer with taste. But they make the beer that tastes like soda water because that's what the masses want. And I can understand that, but at the same time, stuff like this comes out and you remember the fact that they actually are still artisans. Even if I'm not a fan of what they make normally, they still are artisans that know how to make their beer. And it isn't a bad beer. It is, again, what IPAs were in the past, like 10 years ago. If this came out 10 years ago, this would have fought with the craft breweries at the time. It's resiny, it's perfumey, it's very woodsy. It has that grapefruit piff taste that just envelops your tongue. It just envelops your tongue with the oils that the grapefruit piff would have. It has a nice little caramel forefront. It isn't a bad beer at all. I've heard a lot of people downgrade this, but I mean, I think the people that are downgrading it are looking at just what they really like compared to whether or not it's a well-built beer. I personally do not want to drink more of this. I don't. But at the same time, I can't deny that it is a very well-made beer. And it's 7.2% alcohol, and I don't know if the beer is balanced to hide the taste, or if it's the hops hiding the taste, but you don't know this is 7.2% alcohol, unlike a lot of other beers that are 7. Most beers that are by a macro company that are over 6.5% alcohol, you can tell they're over that. But this is a beer by PBR that hides that 7.2 perfectly. You would not know it. It tastes like a normal 5% alcohol pale ale that you would normally get. Out of 10 on this, I can't give it less than, again, I don't like the beer, and I shouldn't give it this, but I have to give it an 8 because it's so well made, and when you look at who makes it, it is a great little beer. And the price is right. This was in the, she brought me a Wegmans Create Your Own Craft Pack, so this is in a $9.99 6-pack. So a $9.99 6-pack especially might be a lot for some Americans, but for us Canadians who pay no less than $12 for our 6-packs, this is actually a quality brew at that price. So, thank you very much, Sue-Ann. Thank you very much, PBR. Ballantine IPA. 8 out of 10. I can't give it any less. Do I really love it? No. Personally, I'd probably have put it at like a 6.75. The hop profile on this just isn't a hop profile I fully enjoy, but I could actually go out and buy this and give it to my friends that are craft beer lovers and not let them see what it is, and they would become just like the Honey Hypocrite because they'd probably love it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night. Peace out.